Hi, everyone. Thanks for clicking on the video. This is sort of a personal topic, um, but I felt like it was really important to talk about just for that reason. So, it all started when I was a child, really. I had a pretty negative relationship with games in general. Um, at the same time, I had a certain kind of enjoyment. I enjoyed winning. I enjoyed getting good at a skill. My brother is very competitive, uh, and I went to a sports summer camp. Uh, I started to learn then. I didn't really like sports. Uh, I was bullied a lot of the times, or at least left out. And I'd avoid going to sports activities that we were forced to go to. So instead of going to lacrosse, sometimes I'd hide in the bathroom or hide somewhere else wandering in the forest by myself. And I do that um, for every summer for about 4 years when I'd go. And I pretended that I liked going to this camp, even though it really distressed me. I had this fantasy that people would treat me different if I altered my personality, and without realizing it, it caused me to mask my autism a lot as well. And I didn't really have any close relationships, friendships at this camp. Um, and I did sports in middle school and in high school. Only in high school for a little bit, and um, my sophomore year, I got let off the tennis team. I wasn't on varsity or anything. I was just on the, like, what you call it, the junior varsity, and it really hurt my pride. I was a competitive skier as well, and was really good at foosball and had a lot of pride in these activities. And there was another element to it, which is the main reason why I gave up games, um, and have decided to, which is that it really affected me emotionally. Where when I lost, I felt really sad. I felt really bad about it. And when I won, I mean, yeah, when I won, I felt great. I felt amazing when I won. And this like this dichotomy between the two, the relationship between winning and losing, had a huge gap in between it. It is really impossible for me to feel neutral towards any game that I play. Even like chess, I get sad in it, or Mario Kart, which is ridiculous for me to like get upset at, but sometimes I'd have an angry outburst without being able to control it. Like, not where I'd do anything to hurt someone, but like I'd say something slightly hurtful. Like I didn't like completely lose control, but for a second I'd say something hurtful and I'd regret it. Same, it happened at trivia once. Like I said something hurtful and I regretted it. And but the thing that kept me playing games and has kept me playing games up to this point has been the idea that I could like pick and choose, and like that someday if I just developed a certain kind of like equanimity towards all games, uh, that I would feel better. And this just never works, because the one time out of 10 that I end up playing a game, uh, that I say something hurtful, it's never worth the other uh, 9 out of 10 times. Um, so it's really sad for me. I feel really bad about it. Like, in some ways, I don't feel like it's a bad choice to give up games altogether. Uh, um, I might play games by myself, What I really mean is that I'm not going to play games with other people because I get too um, too attached to the outcome. Um, I think to a large extent that it's because of my personal trauma. So for a lot of people, they probably can play games and feel great about like everything, and they feel great. They don't get attached to the outcomes. They don't have occasional rage. And there might be some people who actually have worse rage that don't think about it. Um, I've definitely seen that before. Um, but just the zero sum mindset that I have been traumatized to be reactive to is not worth it for me. And I don't feel like I have to play games. Like I don't get like the same joy I get out of it as I do other activities. Like when I'm painting or when I'm making music. Uh, it's like it doesn't matter like in the same way because there's no winning, there's no losing, there's no fighting mentality that I have associated with it. Um, Not in the same way. Um, and another part of it is I think that the way I coped with playing games is I ended up masking my autistic qualities. Um, like in order to control like how I reacted, uh, I'd sort of shut down. I would. My actual emotions weren't on the surface. The only way I could not show that I um, was overly attached to the outcome, whether winning or losing, and control the rage rather well, actually, because usually I wouldn't get mad. Um, the way I'd control it is by not really be expressing myself. I couldn't really be expressive in my like, and if I did, sometimes like I'd be a little bit mean too. Like I'd like just like be sort of mean about when I was winning and rub it in someone's face a little bit, just a little bit, which made it easier to ignore for me as a negative quality. Um, and I'd have so much pride. I remember when I used to play foosball at family friends' houses, like I was so proud that all the adults when I was a child wanted to play with me. That like they thought I remember going to a bar when I was like maybe 15 and like beating people in foosball, and it made me feel so good because um I guess on some level I didn't feel respect otherwise. Like I didn't feel my like sense of dignity and my sense of worth was so attached to winning that when I lose, I guess I feel like I lose that reason for people to respect me. Uh, so from here on, I'm just going cold turkey on the games. I don't think I can pick and choose anymore. I guess I could change in the future. I'm not sure, but I'm going to hold a pretty hard boundary because in order to fit in a lot of the times, I've had to say yes to playing games. Uh, and I get sucked back in, and then the 1 out of 10 time I get mad at someone, and it isn't good for my friendships or my relationship. So uh, I guess it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for the greater good of my life. Um, and if you relate to this, leave a comment because I feel sort of alone in this, like giving up games and stuff. Um, and if you really liked this kind of video and this topic, subscribe to me because I feel like I lost my TikTok because of all the threats of ban. I don't really want to put as much effort into it anymore. So switching to YouTube has been a pretty big emotional investment at this point in time. So I'd appreciate it if you subscribed.